You know that feeling when you look at a painting and you can almost hear a poem? Or you read a poem and a perfect picture just pops into your mind? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into exactly that, how one single painting sparked a poet's imagination, creating this powerful team-up that champions some of the most beautiful creatures on Earth. All right, every great story has a beginning, and this one kicks off with a single, really powerful image. This is the one that started it all. So, those are the opening lines from a poem called Special Pair. As you hear them, just take a really close look at the painting they're about. You can immediately feel that sense of awe the poet felt, right? Calling it a picture of delight. It's that exact moment of discovery that we're going to unpack. Okay, so who was the person behind this absolutely captivating image? Let's meet the first creative force in our story, Stephen Gayford. The painting itself is by Stephen Gayford, who's a really well-known wildlife artist from the UK. He's the one who so masterfully captured the incredible detail of these two white tiger cubs. And this guy has been busy. We're talking over 700 wildlife paintings throughout his career. But here's what makes this one so interesting. He usually focuses on the more common, brown tigers. So his choice to paint this special pair was actually a bit of a departure, which makes it all the more significant. All right, so that's the artist. Now let's meet the other half of this creative partnership, Denis Martindale, the poet who gave the painting a new voice. So this is Denis Martindale, a poet with a really fascinating mission. He actually goes out and actively hunts for visual art, like the painting we just saw, and uses it as the raw material to translate sight into verse. And get this, here's a pretty remarkable parallel. Just like the artist, Martindale has also written over 700 wildlife poems. That shared number, it really speaks to a similar, deep passion, right? A lifelong dedication to capturing the natural worlds through their own art forms. It's almost like they were on these two parallel tracks, just destined to meet. So we've got a dedicated artist and a dedicated poet, both completely moved by wildlife. So how did their work finally come together? Well, the connection itself is simple, but it's so powerful. On one hand, you have Stephen Gayford, who had been creating this huge collection of art for years. Then, in March 2026, Denis Martindale, who's on his constant quest for inspiration, discovers this specific painting, Special Pair. And you can see the direct link right there, from the canvas to the verse. Martindale writes about their dazzling blue eyes. This just brilliantly shows the exact visual detail that first captured his imagination and practically demanded to be written about. But he doesn't just admire it, he questions it. He looks at their black and white coats and thinks of them as strange. So for him, the painting isn't just a static image, it's a mystery that he's trying to explore and understand with his words. And this powerful sense of wonder brings us right to the incredible subject at the heart of both the painting and the poem. The white tiger itself. The poet asks the very question that might be on our minds too. He notes that tigers normally have brown eyes, which is what makes the blue-eyed cubs in the painting so startling. This sudden change is really the core of their unique appeal. So the poem draws this really sharp contrast. On one side, you have the magnificent Bengal tiger, which the poet admits is wondrous to behold in its iconic gold and brown. But on the other side, you have the white tiger with its striking black and white coat and those unforgettable, dazzling blue eyes. And then the poet makes his declaration. For all the beauty of the traditional tiger, he concludes that it's the white tiger that truly takes the crown. There's something uniquely majestic about them that both the artist and the poet clearly felt they had to celebrate. But this powerful collaboration, this celebration of unique beauty, it carries a much deeper and, honestly, a much more urgent message. And this is where art becomes advocacy. Both Gayford's painting and Martindale's poem shift from being simple admiration into a powerful reminder of our shared duty to protect the incredible diversity of life on our planet. Ultimately, the hope for art like this is that it does more than just decorate a wall. The goal is for its beauty to serve as a lasting tribute, one that promotes conservation and inspires a new generation to champion the cause of endangered species. In the end, this whole story of a painting and a poem is a celebration of what the source material calls, quote, the most incredible creatures on Earth. It leaves us with a challenge. After seeing beauty like this, what is the one action you can take to help protect it?